My beloved child, stop scrolling right now, because this is not just another message you accidentally stumbled upon. No, this is the moment you have been waiting for. Heaven has been watching your every step, every sleepless night, every tear that you wiped away when no one was looking. And today, yes, this very day, God has finally decided to release the miracle you have been praying for. But there's one condition: you must listen till the end, because skipping even a single second might cost you the chance that will never return again. Take a deep breath. Look around. Doesn't it feel strange that while everyone else is busy, you are right here, hearing this exact message at this exact time? That's not a coincidence, my child. That's destiny pulling you in, whispering in your heart that this is for you and only you. Heaven doesn't waste words, and what you're hearing now is the sound of a door opening, one that has been locked for years. Do you remember the times you begged for a breakthrough? The days when looked up at the sky and asked, God, when will my life change? When will my pain end? Those cries were not ignored. They echoed louder than thunder in the ears of angels. Archangels Michael and Gabriel carried your tears like precious gems into the courts of heaven. And now, the answer has arrived. But listen carefully. This is not an ordinary answer. This is not just good news. This is the miracle. The very thing you thought had slipped away. The opportunity you thought you lost forever. The love you thought was gone. The money you thought you could never earn. The healing you thought was impossible. God says, it is here, right now, knocking on your door. But you must open before the clock strikes 10 p.m. tonight. After that, the chance will vanish, just like smoke blown away by the wind. Imagine this. Right now, there is a book in heaven, and inside it is your name written in golden letters. Next to your name is today's date, September 7th. That book is glowing with divine fire, and angels are standing around it, waiting for your yes. If you say yes, if you receive this message fully, your story will change forever. But let me warn you, beloved, the enemy also knows what is coming. That's why the last few days felt heavier than usual. That's why you felt sudden fear, sudden sadness, sudden doubts creeping into your mind. Because darkness always fights the hardest right before the miracle breaks through. And if you walk away now, if you ignore this, you'll fall right into the trap they set for you. Do not make that mistake. Stay. Listen. Because what I'm about to reveal in the next minutes is not just information, it is the key that unlocks the miracle you've been asking for. Think of your life as a door. For years, you've been knocking, trying to push it open, trying to use your own strength. But the door wouldn't budge. You tried everything: hard work, sacrifices, prayers, and still, nothing changed. But today, God Himself places the golden key in your hand. You don't have to break the door anymore. You just have to turn the key. That's it. One simple act of obedience, one simple act of faith, and the door will swing wide open. Now close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself stepping into that new season. Picture the miracle already done. How does it feel? The weight is gone. The chains are broken. The sickness disappears. The financial lack dissolves. The loneliness is replaced with love so deep it feels like light entering your veins. That's not just imagination, that is prophecy. That is what God is showing you right now. You might ask, but why me? Why today? And the answer is simple: because your patience, your suffering, your tears, they were not wasted. Every hidden battle you fought, every time you chose kindness when you could have chosen revenge, every time you gave even when you had little, God saw it all. And heaven has declared, it is your time now. Your season of waiting is over. But remember, this miracle is time-sensitive. God says, before 10 p.m. tonight, you must open your heart, you must believe, and you must act. If you delay, if you hesitate, the window will close, and you'll have to wait another long cycle. Do not let this moment slip through your fingers. My beloved child, look at how perfectly everything aligned for you to hear this. Out of billions of people, out of endless scrolling, you landed here, right at this second. That is proof enough that destiny has singled you out. You are chosen. You are marked. You are loved beyond measure. And this is your sign. Now, I want you to lean in closer, because the next words carry weight beyond what you can imagine. Heaven says, the miracle you've been waiting for is already on its way to your doorstep. But it will only land if you are ready to receive it. That means no fear, no doubt, no hesitation. Only faith. Only trust. Only courage. Think of the countless times you almost gave up. Think of the nights you said, I can't do this anymore. But somehow, you survived. Somehow, you kept going. That strength was not yours alone, it was God carrying you. And if He carried you this far, do you really think He'll abandon you now? No, my child. He is not a God who starts something and leaves it unfinished. He is the God of completion. And tonight, He wants to complete your story. But here's the test: are you ready to let go of fear? Are you ready to believe that you are worthy of this miracle? Because that's the only thing standing in the way. Not other people. Not the system. Not bad luck. Just your belief. Beloved, look at your hands. They may look empty, but heaven sees them overflowing. Overflowing with blessings, with abundance, with healing, with love. Your future is not behind you, it's waiting right ahead. All you need to do is step into it. Stay with me, because this is only the beginning. The deeper truths are still to come, and each one will pull you closer to the moment when everything changes. And when this message reaches its end, remember, there will be one more chance for you to seal this connection, to show heaven that you are serious, that you are grateful. That's why the super thanks option will appear, not as a demand, but as a sacred sign of your faith. Because gratitude is the fuel that keeps the miracle alive. So hold tight, don't move, because the miracle is closer than your next heartbeat. And this is only part one of what heaven has for you. My beloved child, if you are still here, then understand this: you have already crossed the first test. Many skipped, many ignored, many thought, this is not for me. But you, yes, you, chose to stay. And because you stayed, heaven has opened the second layer of the message. Only chosen ones reach this part, and you are one of them. Look deep into your own life right now. Isn't it true that things almost worked out many times, but at the last moment, something went wrong? That job you almost got. That love that almost stayed. That deal that almost succeeded. Over and over again, the word almost has haunted your story. But tonight, God declares, no more almost. No more failure at the edge of breakthrough. This time, you will step in fully. Let me reveal something you didn't know. In the spiritual realm, there was a court case against you. The enemy kept presenting accusations: they don't deserve a miracle. Look at their mistakes. Look at their past. Look at their weaknesses. The enemy wanted to block your blessings, to shut the doors forever. But then, Jesus Himself stepped in as your defender. He stood in the court of heaven and said, "This one is mine. I paid the price. Their past is erased. Their sins are washed." And in that moment, the judge of all, God Almighty, slammed the gavel and said, "Case dismissed. Release the miracle." Do you feel the chills running through your body as you hear this? That's not just emotion, my child. That is your spirit recognizing the truth. The chains that bound you are broken, and no power of darkness can argue against the blood that covers you. That is why the miracle has finally been released after so long. But listen carefully: miracles are like seeds. If you ignore them, they dry up. If you doubt them, they wither. But if you nurture them with faith, gratitude, and action, they grow into a tree so big that generations after you will sit under its shade. That is what's at stake tonight. Think of your current life like a room with no windows. You've been living in the dark, using only the light of your phone, hoping one day the curtains will open. But tonight, I see a hand from heaven pulling those curtains wide apart. Sunlight is rushing in. The room is filling with warmth, and everything that was hidden is coming into the open. Opportunities. Friendships. Love. Wealth. Healing. They were always prepared for you, but hidden behind that curtain. Now the veil is lifting. You might be wondering, why September 7th? Why this exact date? Why before 10 p.m.? The reason is this: God works in divine timings, not human schedules. This date has been marked for you long before you were even born. Your ancestors couldn't receive it. Others in your family missed it. But you? You are the chosen vessel. If you accept it now, the blessing will not only change your life but also rewrite the story of your entire bloodline. Curses that ran for generations will stop with you. Poverty that followed your family will break with you. Pain that repeated in cycles will end with you. That's why the timing is urgent. Heaven cannot hold the blessing back beyond tonight. But here's the danger, beloved: the enemy is not sleeping. Even right now, as you hear these words, doubts are being whispered in your mind. This is too good to be true. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe nothing will change. Don't you see? That's the same voice that stopped you before, that made you quit when you were close, that made you settle for less when God wanted to give you more. This time, silence that voice. Do not let it rob you again. I see visions as I speak: a person standing at the edge of a bridge, looking at the other side, afraid to cross. They've been standing there for years, watching others walk past, watching others receive blessings. But now, the bridge is glowing with golden light, and angels are standing on each side, calling your name, saying, "Come, it's safe now. The way is open." That person is you, my beloved. The bridge is the miracle. And the step you take tonight will carry you into your destiny. Pause for a second. Place your hand over your heart. Feel it beating. Every heartbeat is a reminder that you are alive for a reason. If God wanted you gone, you wouldn't be here. But you are. Which means your assignment is not finished, your story is not over, and your best chapter hasn't even started. The miracle that's coming is not just about you, it's about the people connected to you. When your finances rise, your family will rise. When your health is restored, your loved ones will be strengthened. When your love story blooms, it will inspire others to believe again. You are the chosen spark that will ignite fire in many lives. That's why the battle against you has been so intense. The enemy knew your impact, so he tried to silence you, break you, distract you. But he failed. Because here you are, still listening, still standing, still chosen. Has been peeing against you in the spirit. They smile in your face, but behind your back they send curses. You wondered why your blessings were delayed? This is the reason. But tonight, those curses are breaking. The words spoken against you are being reversed. What was sent to harm you will backfire. My beloved child, do not think I am only speaking in riddles. I am speaking directly to your soul. You know these words are true. Because even as I speak, faces are coming to your mind. Situations are replaying in your memory. That is confirmation. Heaven is exposing the hidden. And child, do not miss this: God is not only closing doors tonight. He is opening new ones. That opportunity you thought you lost, it will return in a better form. That relationship that ended painfully, something greater is on the way. That dream you buried, it is about to breathe again. But you must be ready. Because heaven's blessing is heavy. It requires strength, focus, and faith. Do not carry the old bitterness into the new season. Forgive. Release. Let go. Because you cannot hold miracles with hands full of grudges. At 11:17 p.m., mark this, some of you will feel a physical sign. A sudden rush of heat. A chill that makes your skin rise. Tears falling without reason. Or even a heavy peace washing over you. That will be the visitation. That will be God's signal that He is near. But do not fear. For God is not coming to destroy you. He is coming to restore you. Child, let me prophesy again over you. The chains of delay are breaking. The curse of poverty is shattering. The lies spoken over your name are being erased. And the blessing your ancestors prayed for but never saw, it will fall on you. Do not doubt. Do not hesitate. This is your moment. This is why you found this message. And when the blessing comes, do not forget, honor the word you received. Seal it with faith. Show heaven that you believe. Declare it aloud, this is my time. My suffering is over. My new season begins. And if your spirit is on fire as you hear this, then seal it with a super thanks below. Not because of me, but because of your covenant with God. It is your way of saying, Lord, I receive this word with my whole heart. Stay close, child. The deepest secrets are yet to come. My beloved child, you are still here, and this proves something extraordinary. You are hungry for truth. You are thirsty for the living water. The fact that you have not turned away means you are exactly the one heaven intended this word for. Every second you remain, angels are marking your name in light. Child, listen carefully now, because the message is about to cut deeper. There is a spiritual storm raging around you, one you cannot see with your natural eyes. If you could glimpse it, you would fall to your knees trembling. Demons have gathered, whispering lies, plotting distractions, planting fear. But angels are also present, swords drawn, ready to strike. You are at the center of this war. Why? Because your destiny holds the key to more than just your life. Your breakthrough will unlock doors for your children, your family, and even generations yet unborn. That is why the battle has been so fierce. You thought you were fighting for survival, but in truth, you were fighting for legacy. Every tear you cried watered the ground of your future harvest. Every betrayal you endured broke chains you didn't even know existed. Every time you almost gave up but held on, that was heaven training you for this very night. And child, now the hour has come. At exactly 11:17 p.m., the shaking will reach its peak. The atmosphere around you will shift. For some, it will come as a whisper. For others, as a thunder. But none will miss it. Because this visitation is not just personal, it is eternal. Do not mistake me. I am not speaking of death. I am speaking of the death of what was holding you. The death of curses. The death of poverty. The death of loneliness. The death of betrayal. The death of failure. Tonight, those chains are buried. But child, let me ask you something. Are you ready to step into the new? Because a blessing is only a blessing if your heart is open to receive it. Many people pray for miracles, but when miracles knock, they are too afraid to answer the door. Don't let that be you. Tonight, you will see three things. 1. Exposure. The people who have been secretly working against you will reveal themselves, whether through their words, their silence, or their sudden distance. 2. Release. The weight you've been carrying will suddenly lift. You will feel lighter, as though invisible chains just snapped. 3. Confirmation. A sign so clear, so personal, will appear that you cannot deny God's hand. Child, can you imagine the relief of walking into a season where your tears turn into laughter? Can you imagine the moment you no longer have to beg for what is already yours? That is what is coming. But you must stay awake. You must not let the enemy distract you in the final minutes. Let me reveal another secret. The enemy has been negotiating over your life. Yes, negotiations happen in the unseen realm. Satan has been arguing, this one belongs to me. Look at their mistakes. Look at their sins. Look at their failures. But then Jesus steps forward. He lifts his pierced hands and says, this one is mine. I paid the price. Their sins are forgiven. Their failures are covered by my blood. And in that moment, every accusation loses its power. Child, don't you see? You were already chosen, already redeemed. That's why you're still standing. But you must not return to the old ways. You must not go back to the toxic people, the bad habits, the unbelief. The door is closing behind you. Step forward and don't look back. Do you remember the story of Lot's wife? She looked back, and she was frozen in her past. Don't look back, child. Keep your eyes on what is ahead. Because the land flowing with milk and honey is in front of you, not behind you. Child, there is something else. You have been asking, why have I faced so many delays? Why do my blessings take so long? Let me explain, heaven delays when preparation is needed. If God gave you the blessing before you were ready, it would crush you instead of elevate you. The delay was not denial, it was protection. And tonight, the protection lifts. The promise arrives. I must tell you this clearly, some of you will see sudden financial release. Money that was stuck will move. Some of you will see sudden reconciliation, people who walked away will return in humility. Some of you will see sudden healing, the pain you carried in your body will vanish. Some of you will dream tonight, and in the dream, you will see yourself stepping into new doors. That dream will not be fantasy, it will be prophecy. But beware, there will also be distractions. Your phone may ring at the exact moment the visitation begins. A friend may suddenly message you with drama. A negative thought may creep into your mind, whispering, this isn't real. Recognize it for what it is, the enemy's last attempt. Do not fall for it. Child, repeat these words with me in your heart. I refuse to miss what God has for me. I refuse to doubt. I refuse to fear. I step into my new season with boldness. Say it until you feel the fire. Say it until the atmosphere shifts. Say it until your spirit rises. Because what you confess with your mouth becomes your reality. And child, do not forget, when this word stirs you, when it pierces your soul, when you feel the tears, the chills, the confirmation, seal it. Do not walk away empty-handed. Honor this word with a super thanks below. That act is more than a gesture, it is a prophetic key, a sign of agreement with heaven that you have received what was spoken. Stay awake, child. The hour is almost here. The final revelation is yet to come. My beloved child, you have come this far, and this alone proves that you were meant to hear the full message. Many would have scrolled away, many would have doubted, many would have laughed. But you, yes you, remained. And heaven is smiling, because the ones who endure till the end are always the ones chosen to carry the promise. Child, hear me clearly now. The hour of visitation is not a distant prophecy. It is here. It is upon you. The clock is ticking, and every second brings you closer to the exact moment written in heaven's calendar, September 7th, 11:17 p.m. Do you feel that electricity in your spirit? That pull you cannot explain? It is because heaven's chariots are already on their way. Angels are descending. Trumpets are being lifted. Your name is being spoken in the courts of heaven. Tonight is not like any other night. You will look back at this moment as the line where everything changed. Child, remember how many times you almost gave up. How many times you whispered, Lord, I can't take this anymore. How many nights you cried silently into your pillow, hoping no one would notice. Heaven noticed. Heaven collected every tear. And tonight, those tears are being poured back as blessings. The Spirit of God says, I am restoring what was stolen. I am healing what was broken. I am reviving what was dead. And I am lifting you where no hand can pull you down. But child, I must warn you, this is also a night of separation. Some people will be cut off. Some doors will close permanently. Some friendships will shatter. Do not mourn what God removes. Because He is not subtracting, He is protecting. Sun has begun. And when the clock strikes 11:17 p.m. tonight, be ready.